Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the channel where we cut through the marketing noise, the glossy brochure talk, and the polished dealership lines, and instead bring you the real story about how cars look, feel, and perform when you actually experience them in the real world. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about high-performance SUVs of 2026, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. If you know Car Flash, you know we don't just admire the badges and the hype, we break down exactly what this car delivers, where it shines, and where it might leave you wanting more. So buckle up, because this review is going to be a detailed look at whether this beast is truly worth the price and the reputation Porsche is pushing. Exterior: the first thing you notice about the 2026 Cayenne Turbo GT is its stance. Even before turning the ignition or sitting behind the wheel, the car looks like it's been sculpted for one thing: speed in SUV form. Up front, Porsche has given it a sharper, more aggressive fascia than the standard Cayenne. The LED matrix headlights are slimmer and more piercing, almost like a pair of eyes staring you to challenge it. The bumper is carved with massive air intakes that don't just look good, they're functional, feeding air to the twin-turbocharged engine and cooling those enormous brakes. The hood is slightly more contoured compared to previous years, with muscular lines that hint at the power beneath. It's not just design, it's a visual promise that this SUV is built for performance. Walking along the side, you start to see just how much Porsche has leaned into blending SUV practicality with sports car aggression. The Cayenne Turbo GT rides lower than a standard Cayenne, and that's no accident. It's been dropped for better aerodynamics and sharper handling. The wheel arches are wide and filled with massive 22-inch lightweight alloy wheels, wrapped in performance tires that scream road grip. The side profile is sleeker than you'd expect from an SUV, with a coupe-like roofline that swoops toward the back. The carbon fiber accents along the mirrors and skirts aren't just for looks, they're there to shave weight and enhance rigidity. And let's not ignore the fact that this SUV has presence. Park it next to almost anything else on the road and it instantly looks faster, more premium, and more intimidating. Around the back, the Cayenne Turbo GT makes an even louder statement. The first thing that grabs your attention is the adaptive roof spoiler, which isn't just oversized for show, it actively adjusts depending on your speed to provide real downforce. The LED taillight strip spans across the rear in Porsche's signature style, but it's the details that tell you this is no ordinary Cayenne. The bumper is carved aggressively, with a diffuser that looks like it came straight off a race car. And then there are the titanium exhaust pipes, 4 of them, finished in a dark, purposeful tone. The sound they produce is unlike any SUV out there. It's a raw, guttural growl that instantly reminds you of Porsche's motorsport DNA. You don't just look at the back of this car, you listen to it, and it leaves an impression. Interior: step inside, and the Cayenne Turbo GT reveals why Porsche is considered the gold standard for blending performance with luxury. The cabin is a mix of race-inspired functionality and high-end craftsmanship. The seats are GT-specific sport buckets, wrapped in a combination of leather and Alcantara, with thick bolstering that keeps you locked in during aggressive driving but still comfortable enough for daily use. Alcantara stretches across the steering wheel, roof liner, and door inserts, giving the cabin a tactile, sporty feel. Porsche has also added Turbo GT badging in just the right places, subtle enough to remind you what you're driving without overwhelming the design. The tech inside is all about keeping the driver in command. The curved digital instrument cluster offers multiple display modes, from minimalist performance data to full navigation overlays. The center console houses a large, higher-resolution touchscreen with Porsche's updated infotainment system, offering seamless smartphone integration, real-time performance readouts, and even track telemetry if you want to take this SUV where it belongs, on a circuit. Rear passengers aren't left behind either, with climate control zones, premium materials, and surprising legroom given the coupe-like roofline. Porsche hasn't forgotten practicality, and despite the performance focus, the Cayenne Turbo GT still offers usable cargo space, making it a rare machine that can thrill on the road and handle daily duties. Performance is where this car truly separates itself. Under the hood, the The 2026 Cayenne Turbo GT carries a heavily reworked 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine. Porsche has tuned it to deliver around 670 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque, numbers that put it ahead of most so-called performance SUVs. Paired with an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission and Porsche's all-wheel drive system, this SUV rockets from 0 to 60 in about 3.1 seconds. Which is absurd considering its size. The top speed hovers around 186 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest SUVs on the planet. But it's not just about raw speed. The chassis has been tuned with precision, adaptive air suspension, active anti-roll stabilization, rear axle steering, and carbon ceramic brakes all work together to give this 5,000-pound SUV the agility of something half its weight. Cornering feels sharp and controlled, body roll is minimal, and the grip is relentless. Porsche hasn't built just a fast SUV, they've built one that feels almost unnatural in how composed it is at speed. It's the kind of performance that makes you forget you're driving something with 4 doors and usable space. Of course, this level of engineering and performance doesn't come cheap. The 2026 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT starts at around $200,000, but once you start ticking boxes for customization, unique paint finishes, and Porsche's infamous options list, you're easily looking at $220,000 or more. That price puts it in the same league as the Lamborghini Urus Performante and the Aston Martin DBX 707. But here's the thing, a Porsche has engineered this SUV not just to compete, but to often outshine them in daily livability, long-term reliability, and driver engagement. For those who can afford it, it represents one of the best blends of practicality and performance that money can buy. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT isn't just an SUV with a sports car badge slapped on it. It's a genuine engineering masterpiece that proves you can have thrilling performance, luxury comfort, and day-to-day practicality in one package. It's loud, aggressive, and unapologetic, but also refined and sophisticated when you want it to be. If you're looking for one of the most capable, exciting, and downright addictive SUVs on the market, the Cayenne Turbo GT deserves a serious spot on your list. That's going to wrap up this deep-dive review of the 2026 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real, no fluff reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Car Flash family. Drop a comment below. What do you think of the Cayenne Turbo GT? Is it the ultimate SUV, or do you think rivals like Lamborghini and Aston Martin still hold the crown? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews that cut through the noise and give you the real picture of today's most exciting cars.